The Super Bowl isn't for another week, but Ron Rivera has already picked up the biggest win of the NFL season. He's cancer-free. Taylor Heinicke got an opportunity, took advantage of it, and now he's been rewarded. Heinicke signed a 2-year extension with the Washington football team, reportedly worth $8.75 million. Before Virginia hosts Virginia Tech tomorrow at noon right here on ABC 8, we'll be breaking down everything you need to know about the history of this rivalry. COVID-19 shakes up Virginia's football schedule. The latest change coming up tonight on 8 Sports at 11. When Ron Rivera stopped by Jennifer King's office and let her know she'd been promoted, she accepted the news, then went right back to work. That mentality has served King well, and it shows how she has become the NFL's first black female assistant coach. Former Virginia Tech quarterback Bruce Arians has been coaching for 46 years, and it's all led up to this moment. If you told me we'd be playing high school football in February, I wouldn't have believed you, but here we are, the first official day of practice for the Goochland Bulldogs. The Washington football team has nothing to lose and everything to gain. Here's why. A win over Tampa Bay would be a major step for a young team that has improved throughout the entire season. Urban Meyer's going back to where he made his name, Florida. Meyer has accepted the head coaching job with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alex Smith's comeback has been the feel-good story in sports this entire year. What's made it even better is that he's not only played, but he's excelled. Richmond's been waiting all year to play. Now they'll have to get ready in a hurry. The season opener on March 6th against William & Mary is just around the corner. Ron Rivera likes to sit down before the season and map out how he thinks the division will turn out. Well, his first year in the NFC East isn't going according to plan for anyone. Another week of high school football is in the books, and the playoff race is heating up. Welcome into the 8 Sports Blitz. I'm Natalie Kalibat, teaming up once again with Tyler Thrasher. It just feels right for Jimmy Moreland to be in the playoffs. At JMU, he won a national championship in 2016, played for another one in 2017, but this will be his first time trying to make it all the way through the NFL bracket. One of college football's biggest games will be missing a major character. Alabama coach Nick Saban has tested positive for COVID-19.
How do the Cavs hope to slow down that Tiger offense this time around?
That's a great question. You know, this is an experienced Virginia group on defense. 15 players who started a game last year are back this year. To the NFL, where Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay were hoping for a second straight trip to the NFC title game. Let's send you to the third quarter. Packers up 19-10. Second and goal, Aaron Rodgers hands it off to Aaron Jones, who shoves his way for the 1-yard touchdown run. Packers command the lead 25-10. Rams looking for an answer. Cam Akers with the direct snap, and he powers it into the end zone for the touchdown. LA trails 25-18. The Packers were just too hot to touch. Rodgers launches one to Allen Lazard, and he makes the catch for 58 yards. Packers win this one. Washington has beaten Tom Brady and Cam Newton in the last 2 weeks. Now they'll have their eyes set on Richmond native Russell Wilson. Taylor Heinicke's improvements have been key in Washington's success.
I think the biggest thing he's doing is he's starting to see things. He's starting to see what he needs to see. He's throwing the windows that he needs to throw. We're getting healthy up front. Now we got a couple of nicked guys. We got to get those guys back out on the football field, but that I think is all part of it as well.
Taylor Heinicke will get one of his best targets back, tight end Logan Thomas. The ex-Hokie will be on a pitch count as he eases back into the lineup, Rivera said yesterday. That creates a challenge for offensive coordinator Scott Turner.
The thing that Scotty's has to do is continue to be balanced, because the one thing you don't want, is every time he's on the field, we're throwing the ball. So I believe that's how we'll use him. Is we'll keep it balanced. We'll use him, because he is a terrific blocker as well.
Washington will try and deal a blow to Wilson and the Seahawks' playoff hopes. Seattle has lost 2 straight to drop to 3-7.
The best thing we can do is stay focused on right now. There is no waiting. There is no other time. It's right here, right now. I love these kind of moments. I like the pressure. We like it, and we look forward to it. And that's what this game's about. There's still a great chance.
Wilson is 3-0 in his career at FedEx Field, including a playoff victory in 2013. At FedEx Field, I'm Natalie Kalibat, 8 Sports. On the field, Michael Robinson was nothing but a success. He led Verina to 2 state championship games and was one of the front runners for the 2005 Heisman Trophy at Penn State. He followed that up with an 8-year career in the NFL, which included a Pro Bowl appearance and a Super Bowl title. But behind the scenes, he was searching for a greater purpose. Mike Robb leads off our Black History Month series.
I remember my time at Penn State. There was always a weird dynamic, right? Because I was an athlete, I was an African or a black athlete. My experience sometimes was different from the rest of the black population or the people of color population at Penn State.
As one of the most visible athletes in the country, Michael Robinson used his platform and his voice to impact those in the black community who did not.
I showed up to an interest meeting, one day, and me and a couple of my other football players, and they proceeded to have this meeting. It was hundreds of students there, and I felt like they were talking to me personally, basically saying, people with vision and people with notoriety aren't making light of the things that have gone on. And since that day, I made it my point, especially, in the black community at Penn State, to kind of always know what's going on.
But it wasn't always a clear path for Robinson. After being named the State High School Player of the Year, he chose not to go to Virginia Tech, and he and his mom received hate mail.
You think back on it, and you just say you're glad that you just kind of pushed through. I remember my mom always, telling me at the time, like, Mike, that doesn't matter. You're going to look back in 10 years from now. If you have an opportunity to go to the National Football League, none of this stuff matters. Those same people that write the hate mail, that hide behind that letter, are going to be the same ones that ask you for an autograph one day.
Robinson has learned from that experience and spun it into a positive. Now he tries to pass on those same values through his Excel to Excellence program.
It's really some endearment there. So once I got that, those life lessons from Mom, my hero, everything else was put into perspective, and I was good.
Fans turned out all week as the Washington football team made its return to training camp here in Richmond. It's a unique opportunity for players' families to watch them work. Chase Young's father, Greg, made the short trip down I-95 to watch his son play. A lot of Chase Young supporters out here. How does it feel for him to have so much support from the Richmond fan base?
He loves it. He was happy to be back here. Well, not be back, but be here for the first time. Last year we missed it due to the COVID, and he's having fun. I talked to him last night. He's having a ball.
It feels great though, seeing my mom over there supporting, and my other family, and just the fans, all the fans out here supporting us. I wish we can. I can slap everybody's hand, sign everybody's jersey and ball. But, I'm just so happy. Washington fan Tyler Karen made the trip from Virginia Beach wearing Young's number 99. It's his first jersey purchase in 9 years.
Why Chase Young?
We're all excited about his arrival here. His second year is going to be electric. We're all excited.
They refer to it as his motor. His motor is there, and I put that motor in him. That motor is because of me. I did that.
That motor is because of you. Explain that.
We always had this motto of, if you play soft or you don't play hard, you get hurt. And he's never been hurt. So he's always played up to that point where he's never playing soft or never taking a play off.
What should we see from your son this season?
Always hard work. Never give up. Never takes a play off. You're going to see tenacity and everything. I mean, that's what he comes. That's what he brings.
Washington will return to its facility in Ashburn for the remainder of preseason workouts. Taylor Heineke says he was weeks away from giving up on football. The former Old Dominion quarterback set a timer if he wasn't in the league within 2 years after his last start. That was it. But the game wasn't done with him yet.
Every day I wake up, I'm excited. I go back to where I was last year at this point, and I was waking up at my sister's house and trying to find something to do. I was training for an opportunity like this, and fortunately it came last year.
Heineke was signed late last season by his former coach in Carolina, Ron Rivera, and excelled in Washington's playoff loss to Tampa Bay.
I love his competitive attitude, the way he approaches things. He's got that very competitive, never die. I'm going to go out and do the best I can, and just that's an infectious attitude to have. Your teammates feed off of your energy level. That's what you want.
Now Heineke is back in training camp, and there's no better place than Richmond, close to where he starred for the Monarchs.
I didn't really realize last year when I first got to Washington that, ODU was right down the street, and a lot of ODU fans are also Washington fans. So it's pretty cool. I've heard a lot of ODU fans out there in the last 3 days. So again, it brings back good memories from the college days.